I want to ask you about a couple of campaign issues. Your fellow independent MP, Allegra Spender, has admitted that she's been paying a social media content creator to make videos talking about the great things that she's doing. Are you doing this as well?
I'm not, but having said that, I do have someone who works with me who is my media advisor, and she makes social media content. The reality is that young people these days, I hate to break this to you, don't watch Insiders and they don't read the papers. They get their news off social media, and I think it's really important, as I have the youngest electorate in Victoria, that I engage effectively and well with the young people in my electorate, and I do that through social media to a significant extent.
I guess the difference is politicians aren't paying us or the newspapers to write about them. Here you're talking about a politician.
Some of us would argue about that actually, David. But
what would you argue?
Well, I would argue that some of the right-wing press in this country should come with a verification from the Liberal Party, because I do think that much of what is put into the press, and the right-wing press in particular, has been fed to it by my political opponents. Well,
OK, but we're talking about actually paying for content. Do you have a problem with that?
Look, I think we pay to generate the content that we're putting in front of the voters. I'm not sure that there's a big issue there.
But should it be clear to voters, people who are looking at this content, that it's paid for by the politician?
Look, I don't really have an opinion on it.
Really?
I think, well...
You don't think voters deserve to know that if someone they're watching is saying great things about a politician, whether they're being paid by that politician?
Look, I'd have to give it some thought. It's not something I've given great thought to myself. Obviously, I haven't engaged in anything like that myself.
You'd have to give that some thought.
Well, I would think that it would be clear. I don't know. I think I'd have to give it some thought, David.
So you might be all right with politicians paying for content that voters have no idea money's changing hands?
Well, I think that's potentially been happening for a long time. If you look at the cartoons that Pauline Hanson's been putting on the social media for years now, which are very clearly politically biased.
But they're One Nation cartoons, aren't they?
I'm not sure that that is the case, actually. I think it's an interesting question. I think media diversity and the way that our media works in this country is something which would certainly merit greater examination, and something that we could talk about.
OK, I'll move on.